So I made it a goal in 2022 to just expand my horizons when it came to reading manga. And let me tell you, I'm so glad that I did. Hello all my otaku friends, my name is Profitaku, and welcome back to my channel. For this very special video, we're going over my Mount Rushmore of female mangakas. We're gonna go over some manga creators that you really should be putting on your TBR list. Stay tuned. So two things before we start today. First off, Kaoru Mori is not on this list, and that's because I haven't read any of her works yet. I love historical fiction. I'm basically saving these for a rainy day, but I really need to get on this hype train. Let's just put her in this top 5 because honestly, she's very deserving from other people's opinions of her. So I just can't do it because I don't have a personal opinion of her. And also, there's no dominant shoujo artist on here because I just haven't read enough shoujo to be able to acclimate myself with those authors. So if you have any suggestions down below in the comments, please let me know. I'm looking to expand my horizons in that genre for the rest of 2022. So let's start with number 1. Many people call her the godmother of female mangakas. I call her the Swiss Army knife, Rumiko Takahashi. Born in 1957, she studied actually at a manga school founded by the creator of Crying Freeman and Lone Wolf and Cub. That school was quite interesting because that sensei really influenced Rumiko Takahashi and taught her how to build really strong characters with great personalities. This really influenced how she wrote throughout her career. So her most notable works include Urusei Yatsura, Meison Koku, Ramna 1/2, Inuyasha, Rinne, and as well as Mao. She was an essential part of bringing anime and manga culture to the West, with Ranma 1/2 being one of the first mediums to become really popular here. She's the winner of several major awards, including the Shigakukan Manga Awards, the Grand Prix de la Villa Award, which is a huge award because not only was she the second ever woman to win the award, but the second Japanese person to win this one, as well as the medal with purple ribbon that was gifted to her from the Japanese government because of her involvement in the arts. So this video is going to be broken down into art style and writing style. So let's start with the art style of Rumiko Takahashi. I think the most polarizing thing about Takahashi sensei and why people just don't read her works, at least in 2022 when they see it on the shelf, is just because it has kind of that old style. If you're in that boat, look, I'll be honest with you, I was the same exact way, but you're doing a huge disservice if you're thinking that way. Yes, with this art style, you're really gonna have to grow into it. Think Osamu Tezuka, for example. But once you do, it's really fun and it has a really cute charm to it. But as you continue to dive more and more into her works, you're gonna be rewarded with really unique character designs, really funny facial expressions, and a variety of facial expressions at that, as well as really cool backgrounds in this really unique art style that you just don't see in modern manga. Moving on to her writing style, like I said, she's a Swiss Army knife, and that means that basically she's written in every single genre that you can imagine. From shonen to rom-com to sci-fi to slice of life, there's something for everybody. She's an expert at creating really unique worlds with original characters, and she does a great job at bringing you into these worlds and adding more and more layers to it. But these stories overall are pretty simple and easy to follow. So, you know, in that retrospect, I don't see a lot of people that have Rumiko Takahashi works in their top 10. The one con I will say about her writing is that she tends to get a little bit distracted. So she'll go with one idea and then just kind of 180 and go in a different direction, and it's kind of jarring at some points. I'd be curious to see how her shonen manga Ranma 1/2 and Inuyasha handle this because I've never experienced the shonen side of Rumiko Takahashi. I wonder if it's more towards longer arcs, a little bit more concise, or is it a little bit more episodic, shorter things like her older series? Somebody let me know down in the comments below. But Rumiko Takahashi is an essential rock for female mangakas and a true inspiration to modern manga creating today. She's not everyone's cup of tea, but it's definitely worth a visit down this rabbit hole because there definitely is going to be at least one thing that you're going to like. So next up here is a new mangaka that I've just been totally fanboying over, and that is Akiko Higashimura, and my nickname for her is making josei accessible for everyone. She was born in 1975 and she studied at an art school up north, and her most notable works include Princess Jellyfish, Tokyo Tararaba Girls, My Blank Canvas, as well as a new webtoon called A Fake Affair. She's got several accolades to her name, including the winner of the Eisner Award for Tokyo Tararaba Girls. She also won the 34th Kodansha Manga Awards for Princess Jellyfish and was nominated a whopping 5 times for the Manga Taisho Award. So diving into her art style, out of all of the mangakas we're talking today, she definitely gives off the most shoujo vibes, from the character designs to the tones that she uses in the backgrounds, etc, etc. However, it's a very modern shoujo art style. We're not thinking like 90s with the big blown up eyes or anything like that. So as a male manga reader who is looking to get into more josei and shoujo, this was definitely something a little bit more palatable for me. Character design is her strong suit, super big into face gags and showing really clear emotions, which is really awesome to see. And one super interesting thing about her is that she's super into clothes, obviously, with her beautiful work Princess Jellyfish. So if you look through her series, she's super particular about what the people wear in the manga, and there's super cool detail work. So I highly recommend you kind of keep your eyes out for that one. So in regards to her writing style, she did an interview in 2016 with Kodansha about Princess Jellyfish, and she said her inspiration for writing manga was because she was highly influenced by shoujo manga when she was growing up, and she said, I wanted to take all of the best parts of shoujo manga and just put them all together into like compacted works. Now, out of all the mangaka we're going to talk about today, she is the one that definitely gravitates the most towards shoujo, josei, girls, and women. However, as a male, I did find her stories to be witty, charming, and quite interesting and informational. Her ability to balance drama, comedy, and information is fantastic, and pacing has never been a problem in any of her works. I was never bored reading her stuff. So with Higashimura Sensei, if you want to read a mangaka's works that is consistent every single time, and you want to read somebody's works who knows how to write good manga, this is the one for you. Next up here is Hiromu Arakawa, otherwise known to me as Beloved Classics for the Masses. Now, she was born in 1973 and she was raised on a dairy farm. Now, this is very important for later, so just keep that in mind. She moved to Tokyo in 1999 and started as an employee at Square Enix, working first as an assistant and then getting published on her own in monthly magazines. Her most notable works include the legendary Full Metal Alchemist, as well as Silver Spoon and the Heroic Legend of Arslan. In terms of accolades, she only has one to her name that I can find. She was the winner of the 49th Shigaki Manga Awards for Full Metal Alchemist. So in terms of art style, character designs are the name of the game for Arakawa. So we see this big problem with mangakas. As you read several of their works, all of their characters start looking the same. I'm talking to you, Shuzo Ishimi. What I love about Arakawa is that as she's drawing these different characters with these really unique personalities, she's giving them very specific character traits in their look that makes them super unique. The action scenes are drawn exquisitely and really easy to follow. It's not muddled in the backgrounds either. It gives you just what you need, and then they use all the white in the blank space really like expertly to make things just look super clean. When looking at her lesser known series Silver Spoon Slice of Life Dairy Farm, what she does great with that is that she really uses a lot of face gags, a lot of meme faces, and I'm just a sucker for that type of thing. So for her writing style, fans of her work praise her for being able to create immersive, dark storylines that are really simple and easy to follow. But then when she adds on layers and layers, it's done in a way that doesn't impede on the main storyline or cause distractions. I also want to commend her that through different arcs, even though there's different things happening, it still feels like there's forward momentum going towards this overarching storyline, which is really nice to see. So if you have a beginning manga reader who has really peculiar tastes and has never really explored female mangakas, then I highly recommend Arakawa sensei as a good stepping stone into this world. And the last mangaka that we're talking about today is Yoshitoki Ooima, otherwise known as the mangaka who's gonna make you cry. So she was born in 1989, making her the youngin' of this group of people, and she was the third daughter to a sign language interpreter mother. Her most notable works include Marduk Scramble, which she was just the artist for, as well as Silent Voice and To Your Eternity. She's got several accolades to her name, including winning the New Creator Award for the Osamu Tezuka Cultural Prize. A Silent Voice also took the world by storm. It got her nominated for an Eisner, as well as at the French Japan Expo in 2019. She got the Gold Manga Award for A Silent Voice, as well as the New Series Award for To Your Eternity at the same year. So out of all the mangaka today, you could say that her art is the most rough around the edges, which, you know, you can interpret that however you want. But similar to Rumiko Takahashi, there's just a certain charm, a certain uniqueness to her art that makes it a lot of fun to read. The only con that I will say about her is that her backgrounds just get a little bit messy, not really in A Silent Voice, but in To Your Eternity. I don't know what's going on with that, but the way that she does the lines and like the thickness of the lines between the backgrounds and the characters, they're all the same, so there's no dimension in any of her panels, which makes it kind of confusing and muddy. So for her writing style, I'm only going to be talking about Silent Voice in volumes 1 to 12 of To Your Eternity. I'm not going to talk about 13 and past that. That's going to be for the reading log, because we need to talk about that. But she does a fantastic job of just hitting you in the feels and making you think. Her storylines allow you to reflect on your life and think about the personal connections you have with people, specifically friendships. And for a mangaka to be able to create those emotions inside of me when I'm reading definitely gets an A+ in my book. It's pretty rare to get manga that really makes you do a lot of soul searching. It's very few and far between, especially for me, because I'm a very laid back manga reader. So this is definitely a nice change of pace. What I love about To Your Eternity is that it's just one of the most interesting and unique worlds in terms of fantasy and just all the unique characteristics going on. And what I do appreciate about Silent Voice is that they took the time to get it right and make sure that they're really respecting the sign language community and really portraying an accurate depiction of what it means to struggle with that type of disability. So yeah, Ooima sensei is very young. She's got a great career ahead of her. She's took some a little bit of an interesting directions with some things as of late, but it is still a mangaka I highly recommend. I really enjoy her works. And that is it for my Queens of Manga video. I hope you enjoyed this look into some female mangakas that maybe you just weren't keeping an eye on. It's a labor of love for me. It took a lot of time to make the script, but nonetheless, I hope that you enjoy and you enjoy this different content from all the manga hauls out there. As always, if you enjoy my videos, please hit that like button, tap that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so that you know when more of my videos come out, and I will see you in the next one. Take care now. Bye-bye.